Welcome back, you guys. I hope you are excited for today's video because it is the second time I filmed it. Yes, you heard that right. If you saw my post on Instagram, I already filmed 2 looks with the new palette from Nomad, but luckily I love them, so here I am refilming them after I deleted my footage. What we have, the Nomad Pacific Northwest palette, and this is beautiful. Like, not just the color story, the packaging on this is truly so freaking gorgeous, but the pan embossings are literal works of art. I am excited to get into the details of this one with you guys and show you both of the looks. There is no way I was not recreating these because I love them so much that I wanted you guys to see them so bad that I decided to redo them. So here we are. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe. Stick around. I would love to see you back. I would love to hear from you down below in the comments. I am really excited about this. So actually in my video, I forgot to mention something. So I did get this in PR, which is always exciting. I love Nomad. They are one of my favorite brands. I love their theming. They always do like palettes based on destinations. They give back to a cause around that destination as well, and I really love that about them. But I also have a code with Nomad, which is AOML, and it will save you 10% off of your order. But the good news I have is before my code was not affiliated, now it is. So that is very exciting news for me, and it's because of you guys that my code is now affiliated. So to those of you who have been using my code in the past, thank you so much. And to just continue using it, it really does mean so much to me, and it really helps me out and helps me get recognized by some of my favorite brands, and I truly just could not thank you enough. So for the Nomad launch, this one is launching on Monday, September 29th around 5 p.m. EST, which is their new launch time. I guess they are changing it. But this palette is beautiful. Like I said, it is called the Pacific Northwest, and it is a 18 pan palette with a mix of mattes, shimmers, and a couple of multi-chromes. And you know me, I love a multi-chrome, so I was so excited when I opened this because she is beautiful. Now the palette retails for $59 US, and there will also be a bundle available because they're coming out with merch, and I'm supposed to be getting that in as well. But as of the day I'm filming this, which is on the 24th, I do not have it yet. So if I do get it before I like edit and upload this video, I'll pop it up on the screen, or maybe if I see it like on the site, I can pop up a picture or something. But it is supposed to be a wool hat and a camping mug, which I'm down for both, and so excited to have Nomad merch, like more than I could ever even tell you. But the only way you can get the merch is if you pick up the palette and merch in a bundle. It will not be like sold separately. Now this palette is not limited edition. They do expect it to be available for at least 12 months. I would say longer if it does well, which I do expect it to, because this is really beautiful. Again, they did that gorgeous canvas artwork, and I love it so much. It's like a canvas painting. It just, the details are so amazing. The back is canvas as well, with all the letters like painted on. It's just so incredible. They always like raise that bar every single time, and you guys have already seen the swatches, but this color story is fantastic. And I almost forgot, I did want to show you comparisons. So the only palette I have that it could possibly compare to is Ghost Town USA. at least from Nomad, or that I can think of at this moment. But they do have kind of similar vibes, but they are completely different palettes, completely different color stories. The neutrals are all different undertones. The shimmers are completely different shades as well. The greens, like on the Ghost Town palette, are more of like those murky tones of greens, and I love those as well. But then over here you have like kind of brighter, you do have that olive kind of in the center there, but they're completely different. And same with the blues as well. While I do think these are very, very different palettes, I also think they will pair together so well. And I do plan on doing a look with them together because I think they will be so gorgeous. So if you're into seeing one, let me know. I wouldn't mind doing that at all. But if you're not, I'll just do it off camera because I am excited to pair those two together. I do think they are beautiful. Now, I also wanted to let you know about the cause that they are supporting. So this cause is the Conservation Northwest that works to protect and connect and restore wildlands and wildlife of the Pacific Northwest. And I love that. They always like do such amazing things with their launches, and they're always giving back, which is something I touched on in my Indie Beauty Awards video when I mentioned like they're just such a great brand, and I just had to give it to them. But I'm excited, you guys. Despite have already filming this, these looks are fantastic, if I do say so myself. This one is one of my favorites. We have a neutral eye with a pop of color, which is sometimes one of my favorite types of looks to do. But I'm excited for you to see both looks. So let's go ahead now and get into look number one. Let's try this again. Hopefully I don't delete it again. But I'm going in with my Sigma primer in the shade Persuade, and I'm gonna blend it out with the Singe Beauty E02. So I remember somewhat what I did, and thankfully I had a lot of fun creating those looks. So I am excited to create them again. There was no way I was gonna not create them, like recreate them and not post with the palette, because I had a lot of good thoughts, and I guess this will like really help me figure out how I feel about it. But yeah, I will say this palette is absolutely stunning. And one thing I mentioned a lot previously was the pan embossings in this are so incredible. Truly just such works of art. I've never seen anything like it. The details, like, they are so incredible. I'm just at a loss for words. I even wrote one of the owners and was like, oh my god, like, you really did something with this, because these are so gorgeous. Like the Columbia River Gorge was so detailed. I've never seen anything like it. I keep saying the same thing, so we're gonna move on, but it's incredible. I tried to get like up close shots and stuff of it because I just loved it so much that I wanted to really be able to like really capture it the best I could. But oh, I forgot, I do need a white primer as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull out one from Bella Beauty Bar and just put it here in the inner part, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm ready. I want to go into the shade Pacific Crest, which is this really beautiful bright green shade, but I really wanted it to pop, so that is why I wanted to do it with a white base. So going in with the E06, I'm just gonna pop this down here. Like, look at her, she is so beautiful and bright. So I've been listening to this audiobook, and I can't tell you what it is because I'm about to spoil it, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but the main character just died. Like, I hate it when they do that. I think they're setting it up for her to be able to like come back in the third book somehow. Like, because it's a fantasy book, kind of enemies to lovers type of thing. And it's a pretty good series. I would give it maybe 3.5 star. Not my favorite, but not bad either. I've enjoyed it enough to like continue reading it. I could see myself reading the third book as well. I'm using the E01 so we can put some of this down here too. But I just hate it when they do that, you know what I mean? But I'm hoping that he will like somehow save her. It's giving soap opera, you know what I mean? But yeah, how are you gonna kill off the main character? Let's move on to the eye look. So I'm gonna go into this shade. And we're gonna do like kind of neutral, but with the pop of color, which I do love those types of looks. So I'm ready to get into it. This is another E06 from Singe, and I'm just gonna pack this in the crease. This is a very deep shade, but I love it. And then I'll work on like slowly blending it out. So this lip combo I got on the lip product is a new one from Unearthly. It's from the Gothic Romance collection, but it's in the shade Withered Kiss, and it's one of their moussey formula. And I just finished reviewing this collection yesterday, and this is my first time trying this particular shade, but I really love this formula. It's so lightweight. You cannot tell anything is even on your lips. And I think it's so fantastic. I love it so much. But I also picked up 2 of the new liners. I need to get 2 more and then I'll have the full collection. But these are Smoke and Foggy, which I also have on the lips today. And I like those too. They're kind of like mauve-y in a way. They're beautiful. I love them. And the blush is the Gothic Romance blush palette, which I also love. And I said in my video yesterday when I was filming that I could not wait to use that palette with the Fenty Demi Glow highlight. And I did that today, but I topped it with Green Goddess from Bella Beauty Bar as well. And I really love the combo, but I love a nude blush. I think they're so fun. And I love the muted like tones in that palette. I'll show it to you real quick. It's like so perfect for fall. It's beautiful. And these are magnetic as well. So if you have like any of their older palettes, you can like switch them out and stuff, which I like that too. But I love the base today. I think it's so cute. So I think I'm going to take some more of that shade, but on the E03. And that way I can just kind of blend this up a little higher. And these are blending nice because that's a really deep shade. And it's blending really good on my very, very paper pale skin. And then let's do a little bit of Foggy Forest. So this is kind of like a neutral, but it's kind of green leaning. Kind of grayish. But it's more like a taupe too. It has like a khaki undertone almost. And I feel like that's a really good like blending out shade, although it wasn't necessarily needed. But now let's deepen this up. You know me, I always want to smoke out a look. Okay, so I don't think I did this last time, but I think I want to do some of this shade too. Sasquatch Sighting. Could be fun, but I like this crease so far. And I think this could add a little more to it. Yes, I do like this. It's giving forest, which makes sense. I would absolutely love to visit this area so much. It is my dream. I would love to go to Washington specifically, but anywhere in the Pacific Northwest would work for me. Like, it's so beautiful. The mountains are so gorgeous, and this palette is making me want to do it even more. But I think I would love it there so much. Yeah, I feel like this just gave it the perfect amount of smokiness. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to the lower lash line. And then we'll get into shimmers. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the Shine On from CLIONADH. And then we're going to dip in the shimmers. I'm really excited about this one shade. And I think you guys will love it too. But this palette has like multi-chromes and duos, high shine metallics, but the shimmers in this one are really fun, which you know, you get me at a multi-chrome. So I want to start out with the shade Coffee Paradise. Fun fact, I really love coffee a lot. I drink it all day. Too much actually, but I really want to use this out here on the outer half. It just really goes with the whole neutral aspect of this eye look, and I think it's such a pretty shade. It kind of has a little bit of like that green in there, but kind of like a berry tone as well. It's just very beautiful. And then Cascadia, this shade is so stunning. Again, it has like that, you can kind of see its undertone like that, but then it also has that bright green as well. It's such a stunning shade, and I just want to put this everywhere. I want to layer it over top of some of this shade that I put down first, and then also like all over the rest of the lid. You know what? We might bring that green over more. I think that could be cool. Instead of taking it all the way in, kind of make it fade into the green. And I think I'm going to leave like, I'll put a little bit of this shade here in the center. Let me find a little brush. I'll use this one from CLIONADH. And that's probably all I'll do on the lower lash line, like right here, to like bridge these two shades. Yeah, like that. I think that's so cute. Somehow I think I love this even more the second time around. It's the bright pop of color in the inner corner. It just brings the whole entire look together. I think it's so pretty. It makes me so freaking happy, even though I already did it twice. I'm gonna try not to say that very often, but fingers crossed it works out. So for liner, I mixed two because I wanted something that wasn't like straight up green. So I mixed a blue and a green. So this is Emerald Cut from NYX. It's from their Epic Wear line. And then Icebreaker from ColourPop. I did Emerald Cut first and then went over it with Icebreaker. And I got this really pretty color. And I really like it. It adds a little brightness to the look. And I think it's cute. Then I did the FanFest mascara and the flare lashes from Bright Lashes. They're like a half lash. Unfortunately, they're discontinued, but I do love them very much. But you guys are going to have to let me know what you think of this look, and I don't know what I'm going to do for tomorrow. I'm pretty sure last time I did a look with these two, and I think like one of these shades like in the center. I can't remember exactly, but I'll figure something out. It'll be fun. So let's go ahead and get into that look now. So I'm ready to get into look number 2, and this time I'm going to use this white primer from Bella Beauty Bar because I think I might like it with the colors I'm going to use. And I ended up picking one of the same looks I did in like the first video of this I filmed, because I didn't remember exactly what I filmed until I like was sitting here a moment ago thinking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, and I love that look so much. So I'm really excited to recreate it. I don't know if it'll be exactly the same, but it's gonna be close and it's gonna be fun. So we're gonna jump in. So I'm gonna do kind of like a halo situation, starting with, let me think. Okay, yeah, the shade here, Olympic Mountains. We're gonna start there. I'm gonna use this little like shader brush from BH Cosmetics, and we're gonna pack this here in the inner corner. Then we're gonna go in with this shade, and that's the one with my favorite embossing. It's just so pretty, I can't. But I'm gonna just pack this on the edge and use this to blend out the green. And I just love this so much. These two colors together are gorgeous. And they blend effortlessly. And then I'll go back in with the green and just re-intensify. And while I'm at it, I'll use an E01. And we'll do some of this shade on the inner corner. Ooh, that might be too blue. Yeah, I might need to lighten that up with the white because that's very blue. I'll definitely lighten that up. I'll probably use my Gothic Romance palette from Unearthly, because that white in there is no joke. And let me just say, I have been having so much fun with that collection since I filmed that video, the whole thing. And I knew I was gonna like it because I really love Unearthly, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I thought I was, as much as I do, because it only had 4 shimmers in it. But the whole collection, as a whole, I love so much. I am so in love with that blush palette and the lip products. That formula is incredible. The palette is beautiful as well, but all in all, it's just so good. But now we're gonna move on to the outer corner. Let's start with the green, because I don't know how dark this is gonna get. It's not exactly a halo eye, but it's kind of gonna be. But I'll start this here. This is gonna be like kind of like the base shade or the mid-tone shade of the outer part. And you can see like this brush isn't as dense as the one I used in the inner corner, so it's packing it on a lot lighter, or applying it a lot lighter. And while I do want like some of that green to peek through, the primary focus is going to be the blue shade, which is Leaping Orcas, this shade right here. So I'm just using that same E06, and I'm going to build this up here in the outer corner. So I kind of like did the opposite, like the deeper color green, blended out with blue, and then the deeper color blue, blended out with the green. But I think I'm going to switch to an E25 from Sigma. That way I can really just pack on this color. Get it nicely built up and blend it out. I just love these dark tones of blue. I think they're so pretty. But I want to brighten up this green some, so I'm going to go in with this shade and we're going to just work it around the edge here. And I love that so much. I never thought about doing an eye look in this way, like flipping the colors like that. But I really liked the way this look turned out the first time I did it. And I would really love to try it with some other colors as well. Okay, so as for the lower lash line, I'm going to do the same exact thing down here. I did kind of blend that down pretty far though with that large blending brush. So I'm just going to do the same exact thing on the bottom, starting with the inner corner in the blue shade. I'll start out with the lighter colors and then do the deeper ones. Okay, so using E07, I'm going to dip into Olympic Mountains first, which is that deep green, and use this to line the front half, which is a lot lighter than the dark half, but then the back half, but then using Leaping Orcas, which is that deep blue. Just line this back half. I love the undertone of this blue. It's like the darkest ocean water. It's so pretty. Okay, so now for shimmers. I don't really remember what I used last time. Honestly, I think I used this shade, Cannon Beach, which is pretty, but I remember wishing I used this shade. And even though I used it yesterday, I am considering doing it again because it's the lightest shade and it kind of makes sense. You do have this shade, which is like a pinky yellow, and I would love to use that, but it just doesn't go with the look. And then you also have this, which is kind of more of like a champagne gold, really pretty, but also not the vibe. All of the others are a bit dark. Now this is one of my favorite shades as well, which I want to put like on the edge of, you know, the mattes here, but I do need something for the center, and I'm thinking of just going in with the shade that I want to use. Okay, so I pulled out my Gothic Romance palette so I can add some white to that inner corner. My under eyes need no help with darkness. So this white is insanely good. And it still kept it blue, but really added a ton of brightness. Such a good white. Then we're going to do glitter glue. So this one is Bella Beauty Bars, one of my favorites. And I'm just going to tap it mostly in the center and over the edges. And I'm excited to do the shimmers. That green blue multichrome is one of my favorites in the palette. It's so pretty. I think my favorite though is Cascadia, which is the one I was talking about that I used yesterday. But we're gonna go in with Ecotopia first. Honestly, this one's pretty too. Both would be really good. Maybe we start with this one. It's also a multi, I'm pretty sure. It's so pretty. Let's start with that one first, and I'll use another E07. I went through my brushes today and decluttered, so I am happy. Everything looks so like nice and organized, and I got rid of a lot of brushes. So I'm doing this shade on the edges, but I'm gonna do very little. So I'm using this really small detailed brush from Singe Beauty, and that's honestly what made me decide to get rid of a lot of my brushes, because this thing was like stuffed full, and there's still a lot in here because I kept my brushes from Artitude, Lethal, Unearthly, Blend Bunny, and Bella Beauty Bar and Adept, and my liner brushes from Glisten because those are the best. But the brushes I use, like eye brushes, in every single look are my Singe, and Sigma brushes. I hardly ever reach for anything else. And I do clean my brushes every day. I don't wash them every day, don't get me wrong. I'm not that on my game. I spot clean them every day because I'm just so used to using my favorites that I don't know what I would do if I didn't have them. But I do think this looks really cool. Then we'll use Ecotopia with that same brush, and I'm spraying it as well, and we're just gonna lightly fade that over it. This is pretty cool, and I actually think I like it better this time than I even did the first time, which is always amazing. I'm taking a little more of that first shade over on the lid. I like the way that looks. So I started reading Wolf King last night, and so far it seems to be good. But let me know if you guys have read it and what your thoughts are on it. Like, I'm in it, but I'm wondering, like, if it's gonna pick up more and just how it's gonna go. Okay, so we're almost done. Now we're doing Cascadia. So for this one, I'm gonna use an E01 to start with at least. Then I might use my finger. But I'm just gonna tap it here in the center. Yeah, that's really cool. And then kind of tap it over the edges. Help blur it. It kind of looks like nude there, but it's sparkly. Okay, then on the lower lash line, I'm gonna do that really deep shimmer again. And I'm just gonna put some like here in the middle, I think. I think that's cool. But I wonder, like, if I take that shade that I just put down on the lid, what would it look like if I put that Cannon Beach shade on top of it? I just feel like it makes it look a little too monochromatic, which is what made me decide against it. But all in all, I think this looks really cool. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think, especially with the highlight and stuff. I think I love this look even more this time than I did the first time. It just makes me so happy, but I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it. Hopefully it was worth it to do it twice. I mean, it kind of was for me, but I love it very much. I think it's really fun and a different take on a kind of halo eye than something I've done before, and I think it's a vibe. You're gonna have to let me know what you think. But for liner, I used two, Exit from ColourPop and Icebreaker. I did Exit first and then Icebreaker on top. I love the pop of color a pastel liner really adds to a look. And the white makes it pop even more, and I love it. So for mascara, I used the FanFest again. I forget how much I like this mascara sometimes, and then I use it and I'm like, dang. And for lashes, I did the Flare lashes again. I've used these a lot lately. They just look so cute and wispy, and I just love a half lash. So why not? But this look altogether is a vibe, and I love it so much. You guys, I've had so much fun with this palette both times that I played with it. I am really still wanting to do a look with this shade because it's really pretty, and I love how they were able to bring in like some of this orange through this beautiful shade. I think it's so gorgeous. I would probably like do something with the greens and maybe this color, and then put this all over the lid. It's like a yellow to kind of like a wine berry type of shade. It's really stunning, but I did want to do something a little more on the colorful side for the second look, and I love that first look so much that I had to do it too. So maybe for reels or something, I don't know. There is a lot of new stuff coming out though. I have like 4 things on their way to me right now. And I'm waiting till payday to pick up the new Lethal Cosmetics collection. I can't wait to get that. We have the new Blend Bunny launch. I'm excited for that. Bella Beauty Bar is coming out with a launch. Gourmand Girls is teasing their new launch as well. And it's good. I've already seen it in pictures only, but I'm excited for everyone to see it because it's fantastic. I love Trapped, but I think I like this one even more. I'm so excited about it. But now, let's talk about the palette. So, I love this. This may just be my new favorite from Nomad. I love the packaging so much. I love the wilderness. And I just think the Pacific Northwest is so beautiful. Like I said, I would love to go there and visit. And I love that they did a palette based on this place. I think it's so stunning. The artwork, like, I can go on and on and on about this. It is truly just such a work of art, so stunning. And the pan embossings are, like I said, some of the most detailed pieces of eyeshadow I've ever seen in my life. They are so incredible. This shade specifically is my absolute favorite. I oohed and awed over this shade. I think I've said that in this video. Just all of them, but that one specifically is so good. They really just nailed it. This color story is so beautiful and so fun. I love like the neutral side, and then you have like the more cool toned, like muted, colorful side as well. I think it's awesome and so happy to have it in my hands. So grateful to get it in PR as well. As I said in the intro, Nomad is one of my favorite brands. So it truly is such an honor. But you guys are going to have to let me know, do you plan on picking this one up? What did you think of the looks? Which one was your favorite? If any, I would love to hear from you down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this all the way till the end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.